Moving forward, we will be having the panel discussion, जिसका topic रहेगा digital governance, enabling citizen-centric services, e-governance, and digital inclusion. And I would like to call on stage the moderator for the session would be Mr. Amit Kumar Singh, Senior Director, Deloitte India. Speakers for this session, or panel discussion, I would like to invite on stage Dr. S.D. Singh Jamwal, IPS Additional Director General of Police, UT Ladakh. I would like to call on stage the next speaker, Ms. Nidhi Choudhary, IS Joint Commissioner, Goods and Taxes, Services Tax, Government of Maharashtra. I would like to call on stage Dr. Dileesh Sasi, IS Director Electronic Delivery of System Service, DPAR, E-Governance Department, Government of Karnataka. I would like to invite on stage Mr. Sumeet, Sihag, HCS Director, Department of Information Technology, Administration of Chandigarh. I would like to invite on stage Dr. Shafqat Khan, Additional Mission Director, Ayushman Bharat Digital Health Mission and Nodal Officer, AI, UT of J&K. Mr. Munish Chandan, Head-SeMT and CITO, Citizen Resource Information Department, Government of Haryana, and Head-SeMT, Department of IT, UT of J&K, and Mr. Rajiv Bagga, India Head, Government Business, DBS Bank. All the dignitaries to please proceed for stage for the panel discussion. The stage to Mr. Amit Kumarji.
Good afternoon. So I think so we are starting with the pledge that we will complete in 35 minutes, right? So everyone agrees? All right. So I think, this is the most important session. Ask, why? Because if you look at the entire NEGP, the e-gov and the digitalization started only for citizen service delivery to begin with, right? While we have been talking about the same thing since morning, but this session is something, which is focusing on citizen-centric services, e-government, and digital inclusion. So I would request panelists to kind of, focus on, since we have a limited time, be very crisp and precise in terms of, talk about something new which you are doing in the G2C, G2B segment. And also don't look at service just like, somebody has to apply and somebody has to approve. Look for an assisted one, look for a digital inclusion, for example, the rural-urban divide, right? How we have catered to, for example, CSC itself is a service delivery, right? Doesn't have that everyone has to apply and get the services. And obviously moving beyond, the cash, faceless, paperless, contactless kind of services example, if you can throw, that will be great. So without much ado, I'll start with my first panelist, Dr. S.D. Singh Jamwal. So, sir is a ADGP UT of Ladakh. So over to you, sir. I think Homeland Security or police is a very, very important subject for resident citizens at large, right? So your views.
Thank you, moderators, for giving this opportunity. In fact, I was out for a field visit for the last 3 days, and only yesterday I came to know that I've been supposed to speak something about technology in policing and what recent developments we have had. Well, I'm basically a PhD on biological warfare. I'm a botanist by training, did masters. Later on did the PhD on CBRN matters, and I've been part of NDMA since 2007. I did a foreign stint as well. I was in the High Commission of India and Sri Lanka. Now, policing is something which is normally a person thinks that it is something which is quite divorced from the technology. Traditionally, in India, policing required only a lathi and a few foolhardy people who can chase the criminals and who can beat them up, who can enforce law and order. So it's not considered a very intellectual kind of a service. But now about 30 years in this service, almost 28 years in service, I know that I have seen how it has grown from traditional policing to a high-tech policing which we are having now. I will briefly touch upon few points because I know that there's a constraint of time as well. Basically, technology has helped us in 3 different ways. The first and foremost is it has helped me to multiply my skills, or it is helped me to optimize my manpower in doing so many merit kind of services which I was supposed to do. I was in Jammu and Kashmir, and for the first time I saw that during Eid days, policeman was put even on a bakery and butcher shop also, because a lot of crowd used to get to there. You have any situation, one policeman will come. So there was no organized, and we always had a constraint of manpower. UN report says for 1 lakh people you require 222 cops. In India, the number is about 135 to 140 for 1 lakh people. So that is the level of the deficiency of manpower in our state. And then India is a huge country. We have different challenges in different states. In Jammu and Kashmir, where militancy, internal security is the main challenge, we have some people who are from political background, bureaucrats or police officers, who have maybe 50, 60 people attached with them, and then there are many areas in which there is absolutely no presence of police. So, and I have also utilized this thing. I think technology has helped us in such a way that it has enabled me to outsource or to do things by the introduction of technology. Many functions of policing, like your passport verification or your service verification or verification of tenant or verification of employees, it used to take a lot of human effort. But that has, what we have done is because of the technology, now you get all these services right at your home because the technology enabled us. We have the portals where you can actually lodge their complaint. You can see the follow-up of this complaint, what is happening, where it is stuck, and you can also even give your feedback also. So that is how we have been able to save a lot of our manpower, a lot of our effort, and utilize the time available for cases which are required to be investigated. When it comes to investigation, again it has helped us in a big way. We have now a system of CCTNS, where all the police stations of the country are linked. So we can transmit our information of, say, about a crime or a criminal can be transferred, the fingerprints can be transferred, the photographs, their modus operandi, the weapon used, and so many things. So it is with just a click of a button, the technology has enabled us. So that way, the investigation has become better, the timeline has become much less, and now we have a faster investigation also. It also enables us to put the right people at the right place and to optimize it is like, how do I say, it is to preempt where the criminals are likely to strike. Now we have the system like all our towns, mostly like Leh town as well, as we have the CCTVs everywhere. We can actually keep a watch on the persons, we can keep a watch on the vehicles. So therefore we can have a fair good idea about which are the spots where the crimes are likely to occur. So that way the prevention is also possible, and it has brought in a lot of transparency. Imagine you going on the road and because of the e-chalaning, now you even get a picture. Suppose you are driving fast, there is evidence that you are driving fast. So it has brought in that transparency also. It has solved my problems also, because there are no allegations of any corruption in the system. So this way we have been able to prevent also, and we have become more accountable and more transparent in our dealings. And finally, because police is only one vertical of the criminal justice system. We have courts, we have prisons, we have forensic science laboratories, we have so many, these prosecution wings also. Now what is happening is, in the next level, all this data which is there with police is being shared also with all the other verticals of the criminal justice system. So overall there is going to be improvement in the justice delivery in this country. Thank you so much. I just finished. Thank you.
you, sir. So I think, it audible? So you have covered a lot, I think, almost entire HLS in 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. So we will move to a different one now. Nidhi Choudhary, ma'am, IAS Joint Commissioner Goods and Service Tax from Maharashtra. So your views around, the similar kind of insights.
Sure. I'm representing GST of Maharashtra here, and I would like to speak about how GST has transformed the indirect tax system in the country. And to my understanding, this is probably one of the largest, biggest transformative change that India has seen in tax system in this country. We had some 17 tax and 30 cess, which a business person has to pay. And from that, when we moved to one nation, one tax, it could happen only thanks to digital technology. It could happen only thanks to the fact that Government of India decided to form a non-profit company, an entity called GSTN, which is handling all these transactions that are happening on GSTN network. And how many are these transactions? If we just look at the scale, we would know how digital India, how this entire technology has transformed the indirect tax network. From the 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐽 tax in 2017, how it became good and simple tax in 2023, in just 6 years. And this change is proven by facts. Today, in October 31st, the GST collection in 2023 was 1.72 lakh crore. This is the second largest after the April 2023 collections. All these collections are happening on the same GSTN portal. We are handling 375 crores of e-way bills on the same system. We are handling 175 crores of e-invoicing on the same system. And this resulted into a system in which the businesses, the taxpayers, which were just 60 lakhs before the GST was introduced, and are now 1.4 crores. So the tax base has increased, the tax compliances has increased, and this kind of transformation could happen because we moved from a paper-based, face-based, office-based, brick and mortar-based system to a paperless, a faceless, a seamless system. Even today, there are some functions which are offline, like audit, like investigations in GST. But I would like to tell you from here that like Maharashtra GST is now planning and already doing pilots of online audits, e-audits. So the audit memo also, the ADT 1 will be issued online. You will have to submit your compliances online. The ADT 2 will go online, and the related compliances will also happen online. So from this, this I believe is probably one lesson that we also are seeing, that if indirect tax can go this way, and direct tax we have already seen today morning when the speakers were saying, and our Honorable Lieutenant Governor also said that how income tax officer would come and say that kuch do, tab jaake refund milega. From that moment to a faceless income tax return filing we have come. We have many more things wherein Maharashtra is working. I'm sure other states are also working. The social sector schemes in Maharashtra, EGS, which was the forerunner before the NREGA, was all online. And then NREGA also became online. So there are a lot of things which government is going online, government is going faceless. And with the Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, mobile, JAM Trinity that fortunately has built a huge digital infrastructure in our country with some robustness to be built in. Probably every single scheme in this country can go online, can go faceless. And in that, I'm sure we as public sector administrators are also looking for a lot of public-private partnership coming in all sectors. Sir spoke about investigation. When I was SDM, we started implementing e-courts. So it was Land revenue related judgments, everything will be uploaded online. The person will receive it online. There will be no need of the person running after the Tehsildar, Talathi to get an order. SDM ne kya order pass kiya hai. So there are a lot of reforms which are happening in government sector, which I personally in my last 11 years of journey in IS have witnessed. And I'm very hopeful that the next few years will definitely be of India. And like the lady before said, that why can't we innovate and design too? We certainly are innovating and designing too, because the GST portal per se, I can claim that the GST is implemented in some other 60 countries also. But the scale at which we are implementing is far better than other countries. And a lot of innovations we have already done from returns, registrations, refunds, recoveries, now audit. And very soon, probably, the investigations will also go online. So we are moving in a very hopeful, optimistic future, and looking forward to other panelists to speak on this. Thank you.
I would like to start saying that I always used to start saying that I'm the delivery boy for the government of Karnataka, because Karnataka government has a specific wing called Directorate called Electronic Delivery of Citizen Services, which deliver all the government services from the government to the citizens. So I'm proud to be a part of that organization. So I would like to share my experience from that aspect. So as per the topic of citizen-centric governance, the entire aspect of the citizen, or what we call beneficiaries, will change the moment when we see them like customers. For every business to be successful, it should be customer-centric. There should be a mechanism of customer. It should be the easiest way for them to access the products. There should be a mechanism for call center for them to access the company. There should be a mechanism for recording their grievances. There should be a mechanism to get their compensation. There should be legal protection. All the things should be applicable to the citizen also. Then only the citizen-centric mechanism, whatever things you are defining, will be a successful thing. The day-to-day interaction between government and citizen happen on the basis of G2C services. For all the G2C services, when we started with the e-governance thing, we gradually shifted, which all the things, the manual things, we shift them in the same way to the electronic mechanism. Earlier, one file used to go through 14 desks. We just turned into 14 logins. We didn't apply much of our mind to make it more crisp and easy so that the file movement will be seamless. And still there is a mechanism, even after the online mechanism to submit the documents, we are actually adding one more set of physical document. One has to, the person or the officer, one officer has to download all the documents along with the application form, again has to submit physically to some of the officers. So what kind of advantage we are providing to citizen? We have to inculcate a sense of business process re-engineering. We want to cut short the levels which through the files are going, and we should take away the mechanism for approval for giving such things. The system can identify the beneficiaries. The system can identify if there is a robust database, who are all the people who are deprived of such benefits. Then system can make an easiest way for them to apply for such things. If there is a robust mechanism, you don't need to tell the citizens to apply all these with all these documents. You have to upload these documents with their common identification number, with the help of various databases, which we have like in Karnataka, Kudumba, Fruits. You can fetch all their system from all the details from the system. The system can auto-validate all these details, and system can approve. The moment you are shifting that approval mechanism, also make it away from the officials, you are make it more convenient for the citizen. And it's easy for the departments also, because the system is validating the documents, the system is approving the documents. And at the end of the day, citizens are also happy, and the department is also happy, and we are getting valuable feedback from the citizens, which are in fact helping us to make the mechanism for this citizen delivery more convenient, more robust. So that's our experience from Karnataka. Thank you.
Thank you. Rightly said, I think the service delivery is not only about the front end but also the back end, right? End to end. So moving on to Sumeet Sihag, Director Information Technology, Chandigarh. So Sumit, share your experience, similar experience being in a UT, comparable space with Ladakh.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you all for giving me opportunity to be a part of this discussion. There have been many enriching sessions since morning. Industry leaders and senior officers from the bureaucracy have shared their experience and thrown light on the emerging technologies, and that can be replicated across the nation. As we are talking about the digital transformation, citizen-centric services and e-governance, I would like to start with some components of digital transformation, like citizen-centric services provided to the citizen and business, e-portals for them to avail the services and info online. In Chandigarh, more than 60 services are being provided through the Sampark project. Across the departments, services of different departments are being provided through the Sampark project, and mode of payment is also online, and integrated all the departments under one roof. Electronic document management for the better record management, digitization of forms, doing away with the manual forms, and like for example is e-office and digitization of land records. Public safety and emergency response alerts. I would like to quote ICCC, Integrated Command and Control Center of Chandigarh. Basically, it is a project handled by the police department. The artificial intelligence and predictive technology is used. The cameras are installed all across the Chandigarh, and each alarming related to traffic violations, overspeeding and all is being done. And any suspicious activity, if it is noticed, then alerts are also raised. As you might be knowing that in Chandigarh, Traffic Motor Vehicle Act enforcement is to a very good extent, and it has developed into a culture also. अगर कोई चंडीगढ़ आता है तो ही नोज़ इमीडिएटली चंडीगढ़ में एंटर करते ही वो अपनी सीट बेल्ट लगा लेता है. एंड रेजिडेंट्स ऑफ चंडीगढ़ इफ़ दे आर ट्रेवलिंग अक्रॉस अदर स्टेट और अदर सिटीज़ तो वो अपनी सीट बेल्ट यूज़ करते हैं, चाहे वहाँ पर इतना स्ट्रिक्ट ट्रैफिक रेगुलेशन ना हो. Citizen and community engagement platforms for sharing the feedbacks, for raising the grievances. इसमें एक शेयर एंड सल्यूट नाम से एक मोबाइल ऐप डेवलप की गई है विच हैज़ बीन लॉन्च रिसेंटली. वैसे तो DLSA डिस्ट्रिक्ट लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी की तरफ से के लिए बनाई गई है डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ IT द्वारा. इसमें फ्री लीगल एड and applications for continuous and permanent lok adalat is being given to the beneficiaries in online mode. Also there is in-app chat feature where citizen can raise their concern regarding anything related to the public service delivery infra or anything or legal aid, and paralegal volunteers and community people can interact over chat. Grievance redressal के बारे में बताना चाहूँगा. It is a major component for the citizen-centric services. जैसे मैं हरियाणा का एग्जांपल कोट करना चाहूँगा यहाँ पे, because my parent cadre is हरियाणा. वहाँ पर CM विंडो एक पोर्टल है जिसमें there is live tracking of the grievance or the complaint raised by any complainant, and आपको you get complainant get to know कि मेरी complaint अभी किस level पे है, and it is and CM office and senior officers can through the dashboard they can monitor the redressal of the complaints. e-learning platforms for reducing the in-person trainings, and predictive analytics for future trends for budget, revenue forecast, and other things. One more project I would like to, on which we are working, the track and trace project for the excise department, bottle track system. We are working on it, and very soon it will be in place. The QR code based technology is being used, and for there will be a QR code for each bottle, and the complete liquor supply chain, there will be transparency and visibility. It would be beneficial for all the stakeholders, for the excise department, enforcement agencies, for the bottlers, wholesaler, retailers, and for the consumer. It will reduce the duty evasion, it will reduce the chances of spurious liquor and illegal movement of liquor. And citizen services, citizen is at the heart of service of the citizen-centric administration, and by this we can enhance the citizen experience. We can improve the government process by making it faceless. Transparency and accountability is established. Applicant knows मेरी फाइल कहाँ पे है, कितने समय से किस अधिकारी के पास है, so that it can be monitored by the HODs and higher officers, and as well as the applicant. And it reduces corruption. Citizen, basically it heads towards citizen empowerment. There are a few hindrances in that, जैसा digital divide, it has been discussed since morning. Fraudulent and failed transactions create lack of trust. So we should make a system robust and improve the trust factor. And it is officer driven. Like an officer is working on a project, and whenever he is transferred, project loses its pace. So that should be maintained even if in case of transfer of officer. With this, I would like to thank everybody.
Thank you. So we'll restrict to a region, and then move on to Haryana. So Munish, I think you have been there in the Haryana for ages, I believe, involved in most of things. So please share your experience.
Thank you very much, sir. Jule, and thank you, Leh, for inviting us in such a beautiful weather when the whole of the country is seeing smoky skies. Here it is perfect blue. So thank you very much. So I'll start from Haryana and give you some points for J&K as well. See, many states are talking about e-services. Haryana is way ahead in giving e-services. Around 1,000 odd services are there. We don't talk about making services online anymore. We just talk about giving better services, improving the service delivery platform, and improving the citizens' feedback towards the government services. From the delivery of e-services, we have moved from to proactive service delivery. We have initiated a concept called as Parivar Pehchan Patra, where all the citizens in Haryana, a consent-based mechanism is there, where every citizen is having registered. We have the income details, we have the caste details. Now the citizen need not apply for these services. They are off the shelf, over-the-counter services. Around 30,000 odd pensioners who were not getting pensions, but they were eligible. Government reached out to them and started their pension. So this is the way the service delivery is now touching new heights. So when we talk of services, Haryana is among the top. 98% service closure is there. But most important is that out of that, around 86 or 87% service delivery is within the RTS. So if a service needs to be delivered in 7 days, it is delivered in 7 days. So a feedback mechanism is there, and once feedback, IVRS based feedbacks and bot based feedbacks, they consolidate and gives a consolidated picture, service wise picture at the back end. where the service improvement initiatives take place. So we know that the service performance is going down, and then we at the back end and at the when the CM himself intervenes, the service delivery definitely improves. We have initiated a new platform, a grain procurement platform, that is an in-house developed platform. I am heading that division, where around 85,000 crore have been disbursed to all the farmers in-house. They need not wait, and within T0 is the time, as soon as the procurement is done, the payment is made directly into the farmer's account, and 85,000 crores in last 5 seasons. That means around 2.5 years. For 450 lakh MTs have been procured. So a huge amount of data and huge amount of satisfaction when the farmer is selling, and some time back the amount was not getting credited even after 10 days or 15 days. So Haryana is unique in starting a Parivar, this Mukhyamantri Parivar Utthan Yojana, where the objective is that every person, every family who has a family income of less than 1.8 lakh will be given some kind of assistance, whether in the form of a loan to uplift the status or a skill or a job or whatever. There are 50 odd schemes which have been identified. We have identified the families. We are reaching out to them in camp mode, in Mela mode, and one-to-one mode, where these services are being extended to them, and their the income range is getting enhanced from 1.8 to more than 1.8 if they are less than 1.8 lakhs. So this is how we are working. We are now from purpose-built projects to we are now platform-based projects. We have a survey engine platform. Multiple surveys are being conducted. That platform is also extended to Jammu and Kashmir, where Baba Barfani app and the works monitoring for the Amarnath Yatra, Shri Amarnath Yatra were conducted. So this is how the service delivery is now improving from just the online mode to a performance-based thing, where we know that the citizen needs to feel good when he is applying for a service. Okay, so I'll just touch J&K also. From last 3.5 years, J&K has improved the online service delivery from just less than 100 odd e-services. Now J&K is among the top. Around 1100 odd e-services are available. So I'll just end by saying that citizens, they don't want to come to offices. They want a good and better service just at the mobile, click of the mobile. So this is the way ahead, and we all should work towards achieving this. Thank you.
So last but not least, very important, Rajiv from DBS, so finance, you cannot have a service delivery completed without having a digital payment and digital finance, right? So what do you, Rajiv, your experience working with the government entities?
Okay, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I can still see there's some time left, so I think we are well in time, what we were told in the beginning. I'll just take a moment, to talk about DBS Bank so that everybody knows what DBS Bank is, because we are a very unique bank. We are the first Singaporean bank to set up shop in 1994, and in 1995 we converted into a branch office like any other foreign bank. 2005 we started retail banking in India. We scaled up operation branches. 2018 we applied for something which is called converting into a wholly owned subsidiary incorporated in India. What that did was it put us at par with any other private sector bank in the country. So 2018 was there, and in fact only 2 banks opted for this model. One is DBS Bank, so we are known as DBS Bank India. The other is State Bank of Mauritius, so they are called State Bank of Mauritius India. 2020, we took over a bank which was failing, predominantly in South India, Lakshmi Vilas Bank. We infused capital and completely converted into DBS Bank India. The way things stand today, we are a mid-sized bank. We have 530 odd branches spread across 350 cities, 19 states. We also have a global technology center operating out of Hyderabad, where we employ more than 4,000 people. Globally, we are present in 18 markets worldwide. So that's the DBS journey. Since there are a lot of government officials, we've also entered into government business. Beginning of the year, we started the journey. We are an approved agency bank by Reserve Bank of India. So we are now entering into government business both at the central and the state. In fact, we've also been approved for collection of direct taxes, indirect taxes, railway e-freight, and we will soon be starting integration on that side. Coming to the digital transformation, innovation, what we're talking about, first I'll just take an example of B2C, in fact, of our bank only. When we integrated Lakshmi Vilas Bank with DBS, Lakshmi Vilas Bank legacy goes back almost 100 years. While we entered India in 1994, they were operating on a different core banking operating system. We had a different core banking operating system. Therefore, taking that data of almost 100 years, transferring it into the new system whereby the customers could access online the entire set of data, while ensuring that branches continue to run as it is, because there could not be any closure of branches from that perspective. Now, from a client perspective, look at customers have their SIPs running, fixed deposits running, they have their FDs maturing, they have bill payments which are running. So both in the old system and the new system, transforming into and carrying over into the new system is something which we did seamlessly. Similarly, at branches, customers could walk in any point of time. Therefore, converting more than 500 branches of Lakshmi Vilas Bank into the setup of DBS in terms of the structure, marketing, branding, etc., while allowing customers even to come do their transactions, locker, etc. So that was done seamlessly over a period of 1 year. Now, I'll also point out some other examples which are generic to the whole banking industry, some of the innovations which have taken place in terms of customer convenience. The first being account opening. Years back, we always used to have paper account opening. Used to come to the bank, fill up the form, give documents and open an account. Or the bank representative would come to your place. The way things stand today, a lot of banks have now done an online paperless bank account opening, which is linked to the digital identity. So we have the Aadhaar which is there, which gets linked at the time of account opening, and within minutes, you get your account number. So that's something which has been brought in. Similarly, on the loan processing, there was a time when customers would come with statement of 2 years, 3 years, with ID proof, address proof, filling long forms, and then they would submit this application to the bank and would wait for the bank staff to check. Over the years, the progression has been that there are algorithms, there are AI which has come into this, and the loan processing has actually become very fast, to the extent that the moment files get logged in, customers start getting SMSs that your file has been logged in, it's moved into credit. Plus, the moment it moves into dispersal, also you get SMS. The latest update on this is there are banks who have gone through their data, looked at CIBIL, looked at transacting pattern of 6 months, look at the customer history, address, etc., and have said, okay, this is the loan amount which is pre-approved for you. You just click a button, and within minutes, the loan gets dispersed. That's the transformation which has happened. Similarly, we have seen chatbot coming in, that if you go to the website and if you're getting lost, there are chat boxes which appear that how may I help you, which product, etc., services are coming. Lastly, even in terms of monitoring of transaction, so that comes under the governance part. Earlier, there were branch managers, branches, in fact, even I've done that way back 20 years, that on a daily basis, we would look at the transaction which would happen in the branch over the previous day. And sometimes there were reports running into 20, 30 pages. Imagine we had to go through each and every transaction and look at and verify whether this is okay. Over the years, what's happened now, AI has come in, data has come in, and now automatically only transactions which seem out of line suddenly pop up and we are supposed to verify. So it also saves time. It also brings in historic data to look at this. From a customer perspective, it's also come in your credit card transaction. For example, if you're doing a credit card transaction at a merchant outlet, which is outside your normal banking transaction, you will suddenly get a call from the bank saying that, are you actually doing this transaction? So that's how AI has come in. And even lastly, just one point, even when customers are now doing transaction, let's say shopping, so use your debit card for purchase of, let's say you're buying food on a weekend. Now banks will use that data using AI and whatever is inbuilt in data warehouses with banks available. They will tell you that in this area where you used your card for a purchase in the restaurant, the nearby restaurants have so and so discount available for you over the weekend. And this can even translate into shopping for apparel, for any other product line. So AI is actually going to add more and more convenience in the lives of customers. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think that's it from this panel. The key points, I'll take 30 seconds to summarize, maybe you can. So one is obviously that the service delivery does not start and stop at the resident or service seekers, but we have to improve the life of service provider as well, right? The overall end-to-end effective transformation is required. And gone are the days where we talk about e-enabling services. We have to improve the services, right? We have to go to the next level and also benchmark with the commercial sector, I believe, which we are not doing at this point of time, but we should do it. So I think overall we are in the right hands. So thank you all my panelists. Thank you. Thanks for your time and insight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone present here. So I would like to retain you for a little while, please. When the ADGP sir is here, I would like to mention here the important initiatives taken by Ladakh police, especially in terms of cybersecurity. We all know that, जैसे आज सुबह भी हमने बात हुई थी, scan करने के लिए आजकल हो जाता है, you scan something and you end up into some malicious site or something. So cybersecurity wing of Ladakh police has been very active and they have been alerting, awareness का सबसे ज़्यादा onus होता है, that is what we can say. When you're aware, then you'll there's less chance of landing up into such situations. So there has been like quite an effort to make people aware in our own language and like all the way possible कि किस तरीके से अपने आप को बचाना है करके cyber security. So that's a commendable job, sir, your department is doing for Ladakh. And yes, being a very vast area and spread area, it requires huge dissemination information through many ways and repeatedly. So that is what the police department has been doing. Thank you so much, and thank you to each and every speaker for those wonderful thoughts. And yes, yet again, I would like to say that we look forward to the solutions when it comes to digitalization. Ladakh has just started, and it's just in taking the baby steps and all. So we look forward to your experiences, learnings from, can we say mistakes or like shortcomings are there. So we would like to have those beautiful things so that Ladakh comes out to be digitally very sound in coming years. Thank you so much once again to all the panelists over here for the felicitation ceremony. I would like to invite on stage Avayas Mr. Adarsh Kaul, Director Marketing India and SAC, to please come up on stage to felicitate our the valuable speakers of this panel discussion. और हम इनका तालियों के साथ स्वागत करेंगे. Mr. Adarsh Kaul. Can we have the mementos over here? So this is a remembrance to all of you present over here. So we will begin with Dr. S.D. Singh Jamwal, IPS ADGP UT of Ladakh. You present it to Mr. Jamwal. No problem. No problem. Ms. Nidhi Choudhary already got it. Dr. Dileesh Sasi. Dr. Dileesh Sasi, I would request everyone to please come to the center of the stage so that our cameraman finds it comfortable over here. To Mr. Sumeet Sihag, HCS Director, Department of Information Technology from Chandigarh. Ms. Nidhi Choudhary has also received it. Thank you, ma'am. To Dr. Shafqat Khan, Additional Mission Director, Ayushman Bharat. No, he's not there. To Mr. Munish, Chandan, Head-SeMT and CITO, Citizen Resource. To Mr. Rajiv, Bagga, India Head Government Business, DBS Bank. I guess in the center of the stage, can we have a group photo of everyone with your mementos in hand, this beautiful one? And of course, the moderator, Mr. Amit Kumar Singh. For a group photo in the center of the stage, please. Yeah, this beautiful memento showing beautiful river of Ladakh will be remembrance for you all of this beautiful country. Thank you so much, everyone.